Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube stations, and we're going to be playing 1960s Red Sox season Ted Williams Swan Song replay. Going to do a little sound check right now. Bear with me a moment. Hopefully the sound is good as we... Alright, that seems to have worked, the sound check. 1, 2, 3. Alright, that seems to have worked, the sound check. 1, 2, 3. Once again, this is Al Red Sox Fan. Thank you for joining me on Al Red Sox Fan YouTube stations. Playing a little retro baseball here with Out of the Park Baseball 17. Ted Williams' final season of 1960, the Swan Song. And even though it's the last day of January 2017, we're going back to May 25th, 1960, to Kansas City, where the skies are clear and it's 73 degrees, wind blowing out to right at 10 miles per hour, and only 6,760 people in the stadium to watch the game. So, it'll be the Boston Red Sox with a record of 13-20 against the Kansas City Athletics with a record of 13-22. The starting lineup for the Boston Red Sox: at shortstop, batting first, Pumpsy Green. At second base, batting second, Pete Reynolds. In left field, batting third, the legendary Hall of Famer Ted Williams. He's in a bit of a slump, though. Playing third, batting fourth, a very popular Frank Malzone. Up a year early than what really happened, batting fifth and playing right, Carl Yastrzemski. Batting sixth, playing first base, flashing that great defensive leather, Ron H. Jackson. Out in center field, another glove kid, Jim Busby. Fine defensive catcher Ed Sadowski bats eighth. And pitching, the very young Earl Wilson. He's done quite a fine job since he's come up. Defensively for the Kansas City Athletics, catching, Hank Foyles. Pitching, Don Larson, best known for throwing a no-hitter for the Yankees in the World Series against the Brooklyn Dodgers. Playing third, the future manager of the Boston Red Sox, Dick Williams. Playing short, and another future manager, Dick Howser. He would go on to manage the Yankees and the Royals. Playing second, Jerry Lumpy. At first base, Marv Throneberry. In left field, Bob Serve. In center field, Bill Tuttle. And in right field, Whitey Herzog, another future manager. He will manage St. Louis and I believe Kansas City Royals. Alrighty. Now let's get on to the game. But before we get the first pitch, a few shout outs to some friends of the channel. We have first a special shout out to someone who always watches my videos. Thank you very much. And comments. Dave Erickson. Thank you very much, Dave. Always appreciate the views and the comments. Hope all is well with you. And hopefully someday you can get into a live chat here while I'm doing some gaming. But once again, thank you very much to Dave Erickson, someone who always watches the videos and comments, and I greatly appreciate it. Now to other friends of the channel who have YouTube channels. Phil the Issues Guy, check out his content, Game of Thrones and Walking Dead and Vikings and Better Call Saul. He does recaps and reviews. He also has a gaming channel, Dirty Issues, with Joe Dirty Locks, who's his co-host on Phil the Issues Guy, and John Riley, wonderful monologues and things to do around Boston. Broke Black Man 94, aka David the Saint, does movie and TV reviews. Just did a wonderful review on Gotham. Check that out. Ron Juckett, who is an online baseball writer and all-around sports fan, very knowledgeable on the Ron Juckett Station channel. He does wonderful monologues and some gameplay. But he's also created Retro Sports Network, which is all retro sports gameplay, sports sims, such as I'm doing now. But Ron calls a much better game. He calls, his commentary is absolutely wonderful. And he has some great one-lining zingers. So check out those stations. And then if you're a boxing fan, a must-subscribe, Mosley Boxing. Wonderful video collages of past and present fighters and events. Mosley Boxing. He always gets back to you if you leave comments. Then you have Johnny the Irish Wildling. He'll make you laugh, he'll make you think, and sometimes he'll even piss you off. But he's the king. I love his station. Love interacting with Johnny the Irish Wildling. He's also an author, big Game of Thrones fans. That's the majority of the start-off topic, but no topic is off limits for Johnny the Irish Wildling. And then you have JD, who's also a big Game of Thrones fan and an author, and also a Denver Broncos fan. And JD, if you're listening, I did a Denver Bronco game for you against the 2015 Denver Broncos against the 1965 Cleveland Browns. Check that out, JD, if you want. So these are all friends of the station. Check out the links below. And also another shout out to G Raider, someone who I just recently met on YouTube. He's a fun channel. The link is not below, but you can go to my channel and see the subscription. J Raider is a fun gaming channel, interacts very well with the people who watch. So I'm saying G Raider, I said J. I'm sorry, it's G. All right, on to the game. So leading off will be Pumpsy Green, and he's an early ball hitter. Larson gets the sign. Here's the pitch. A little delay here in the action. There's the pitch. And Green goes down swinging on the 1-2 count. So that's the first out of the inning. Green strikes out looking. We're playing one pitch mode. So now batting second, Pete Reynolds. He's in a little bit of a slump right now. He's currently hitting .282 with 5 RBIs. And he's looking to break out of it. He's a lefty hitter here. He also likes to hit early in the count. Larson gets a sign from Foils. He delivers. Ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes. Reynolds peers back at Larson. Larson peers in at Foil. Here's the pitch. That ball is hit into left and will drop in front of the left fielder. And that will be a 1-out single as the ball dropped in front of serve. Good piece of hitting to go the other way for Pete Reynolds. Ted Williams steps to the plate. He is mired in a miserable slump. Needs to break out of it. Currently hitting .275. 8 homers. 21 RBIs. Ted's a pull hitter. He likes the ball early in the count. But as I said, he is in a slump. I'm assuming Larson and Foils will pitch very carefully with Teddy Ballgame. Foils flashes the sign. Here's the pitch. Williams, that ball's going to drop into left center field. So Williams has himself a single. Reynolds goes to second as the center fielder Tuttle throws the ball back in. So we have runners at first and second, and the ever-dangerous Frank Malzone comes to the plate. Currently hitting .279, 4 homers, 23 RBIs. He's also in a little bit of a slump. Don Larson is 0-1 for the year with an ERA of .675. The Red Sox really want to get a win here as they lost the first game to the Kansas City Athletics and want to bounce back, as both teams have 13 wins and both teams are fighting their way back to 500. So runners at first and second. Larson on the mound. He delivers. Malzone rips one down the left field line. That's going to score 1 run. Reynolds comes around. Will they send Williams? Williams will hold up at third as Frank Malzone goes cruising into second with a double. 1-0 Boston Red Sox. Carl Yastrzemski comes to the plate. Runners at first and second. Malzone at second. Williams at third. Second and third. I apologize for that. Yastrzemski comes to the plate. 2 homers, 8 RBIs, hitting .281 currently. And with runners in scoring position, he's only hitting .222. He's more of a patient hitter, as he does not like to jump on the pitches early. Larson gets the sign. Here's the pitch. Strike 1. Larson rubs up the baseball, steps back to the mound. Foils flashes the sign. Larson nods his head. Here comes the pitch. Yastrzemski swings and whacks that ball right back up the middle. Williams comes in to score. Serve retrieves the ball. Malzone is held at third. 2-0 Boston. So a good start here for the Boston Red Sox as they're breaking out of their hitting slump as they were shut out in the last game. Ron H. Jackson steps into the right-hander batter's box. He is currently batting .298, 1 homer, 6 RBIs, and he's hitting .333 with runners in scoring position. Yastrzemski at first, Malzone at third, Larson on the mound, Foils behind the plate. Here's the windup and the pitch. Jackson swings. That ball is deep to left. Serve makes the running catch, and Malzone will score from third to make it 3-0. A sacrifice fly for Ron H. Jackson and an RBI. So there's 2 outs with Yastrzemski at first, bringing up Jim Busby, the center fielder. He hits right-handed, currently hitting .260. No homers, 6 RBIs. He likes to, he's a patient hitter. Foils saying something to Larson. Now he steps back behind the plate. Larson's ready. Strike 1. Busby watches that strike go by. Larson's ready to deliver. And he strikes out Busby for the 3rd out. So on the 2-2 count, Yastrzemski at first, Busby strikes out, and that ends the inning, but the Red Sox jump out to a 3-0 lead. We go to the bottom of the 1st. And here is the Kansas City Athletics lineup. Batting first and playing short, Dick Hauser. Batting second and playing second, Jerry Lumpy. Batting third, playing center field, Bill Tuttle. Batting fourth, the power-hitting left fielder, Bob Serve. Batting fifth, playing third base, Dick Williams. Batting sixth, playing right field, Whitey Herzog. Batting seventh, playing first base, Marv Throneberry. Doing the catching and batting eighth, Hank Foils. And batting ninth and pitching, Don Larson. All right, so up first is Dick Hauser. He's a pull hitter, currently hitting .338, 3 homers, and 20 RBIs. He likes to hit early in the count. Red Sox infield will shift left. And Wilson gets a sign from Sadowski. Here's the pitch. And he walks him on 4 straight pitches. Not a good way to start the game for Earl. Dick Hauser's on first. He is a threat to steal. Jerry Lumpy steps into the left-hander batter's box. Looks down at the third base coach. Now steps back in the batter's box. He'll use the whole field as a hitter. Red Sox move into double play depth. Wilson gets the sign. Here's the pitch. And that ball's hit out to left. Williams going back on it. And he makes the catch and he fires the ball back into the infield. Out number 1. Hauser retreats back to first. Right-hander Bill Tuttle steps into the box. Red Sox once again move into double play depth. Wilson fires over to first. Hauser gets back. As Wilson is holding on Hauser, who is a threat to steal. Gets the sign from Sadowski. The pitch. Ripped down to third. Malzone throws a first, but that's going to be an infield hit. Malzone made a valiant effort, but Tuttle beats it out. First and second. Hauser advances to second on the infield hit. 1 away. So Kansas City is threatening early here, with runners on first and second, 1 away, and the power-hitting Bob Serve comes to the plate. He's currently hitting .333, 1 homer, 9 RBIs. He's hitting .250 with runners in scoring position, and .316 off right-handed pitchers. Serve is a pull hitter. Red Sox shift left. Wilson shakes off the first signs. Sadowski sends the signs, flashes the signs. Now Wilson nods. Here's the pitch. Ball's hit to short. Green to Reynolds. To Jackson. Double play out of the jam. Great job by Earl Wilson inducing the double play ball to Pumpsy Green. We go to the top of the second. 3-0 Red Sox. Ed Sadowski steps in the right-hander's batter's box. Ed's a very good defensive catcher, not much of a stick, though. He's batting .183 with 3 RBIs. Larson's ready. Here's the pitch. Strike 1. Larson fires. Strike 2. So Sadowski down in the count 0-2. Larson pitches. Sadowski to short, to first. So that goes Hauser to Throneberry, 1 away. It goes 6-3 if you're scoring at home. Earl Wilson, the pitcher, now strides to the plate. Did a great job to pitch out of that jam early in the first inning. He's an okay. I know he's only hitting .091 with 2 RBIs, but he does have a homer, and his contact is 5. That's not bad for a pitcher. Here's the windup and the pitch. Wilson sends that ball out into right field. Herzog is under it, and out number 2. Pumpsy Green steps to the plate, 0 for 1 today, batting .286. Again, he likes to hit early in the count. Larson's ready. Gets the sign from Foyles. Here's the pitch. Green sends that ball into right field towards the line. Herzog cuts it off and holds Pumpsy Green to a single. So there's a 2-out single there for Pumpsy Green. Pete Reynolds comes to the plate. With 2 outs, Pumpsy Green at first. Reynolds also likes to hit early in the count. Red Sox going to put a hit and run on here. Larson with the pitch. And that ball's hit into right field. Pumpsy Green goes all the way to third base. The hit and run works to perfection with Pete Reynolds. So with 2 outs, the Red Sox are threatening with Reynolds at first and Pumpsy Green at third. And Ted Williams steps to the plate. He's 1 for 1 today. He had a single. He's been slumping of late. Has his average back up to .282, 8 homers, 21 RBIs. Red Sox fans would love to see Teddy Ballgame get a hold of one here and make it 6-0. Larson nods his head. Here's the pitch. And he walks. So Ted Williams walks on the 3-1 count to load the bases for Frank Malzone. Frank Malzone, with bases loaded, is hitting .500. So he likes to hit with runners on base. Mr. Malzone does. No place to put Frank. Larson gets a sign from Foils. Here's the windup and the pitch. Malzone, a little pop-up to Hauser in shallow outfield, and that's out number 3. So on the 2-2 count to Frank Malzone, he pops up to Hauser in the short outfield, ending the threat. We go to the bottom of the second. 3-0 Boston. Dick Williams comes to the plate. He's currently hitting .231 with 5 homers and 25 RBIs. He likes to hit early in the count. Mr. Williams is a pull hitter. Red Sox infield will shift left. Earl Wilson gets the signs from Sadowski. Here's the windup and the pitch. That ball's hit up the middle, and Reynolds can't make the play. That's a single for Dick Williams as he is at first base with no outs. Leadoff single for Dick Williams. Reynolds cannot make the play. Whitey Herzog now comes up. Williams is not a threat to steal at first base. Here comes a really good opportunity for a double play. Herzog is a pull hitter. Red Sox infield shifts right. Herzog currently hitting .330. 3 home runs, 16 RBIs. He also likes to hit early in the count. And he's hitting righties at a .321 clip. Here's the windup and the pitch. And he walks him. So on a 3-1 count, Earl Wilson walks him first and second, no outs. As he pitched carefully to Herzog. Now up the first baseman, Marv Throneberry. He's also a pull-hitting lefty. Currently hitting .292, 7 homers and 27 RBIs. Hitting .667 off Earl Wilson. And .321 with runners in scoring position. Red Sox infield will shift right. Wilson nods and delivers. That ball's ripped into right. Yastrzemski takes it on a hop. And that will score Dick Williams from second. It's 3-1 as Kansas City Athletics get on the board. Hank Foils comes to the plate. The catcher is hitting .202. He's a normal hitter. Red Sox will go into double play depth here as they'll look to get 2 for 1. Earl Wilson takes his cap off. Puts his cap back on, rubs up the baseball. Here's the windup and the pitch. Ball's hit to Reynolds, and he goes to first, the only play. And there's 1 out as the runners advance to second and third. As Reynolds' only play was to first in Ron Jackson. So Throneberry at second, Herzog at third. The pitcher Don Larson comes to the plate. Larson's currently hitting .083, but he has a connect of 4, and that's not bad for a pitcher. He doesn't have any home runs or RBIs. The infield is going to play in. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that ball's ripped into left. Williams fields it and throws it into second. So Larson helps his own cause as he has a RBI single, which scores Whitey Herzog from third. Throneberry moves up to third. Herzog now occupies first. So with 1 out, runners at first and third, Dick Hauser, the leadoff hitter, comes to the plate. As Wilson has run into a jam here in the bottom of the second. Red Sox will move into double play depth. Sadowski flashes a sign. Here's the pitch. Ball's hit to Pumpsy Green, and he fires the first as he had to charge the ball. He had no chance at the double play. Run scores, tie ball game, 2 outs. It's now 3-3. Jerry Lumpy comes to the plate. He's hitting .296 with runners in scoring position, but it's going to take an extra base hit probably to score Larson, as he's very slow. Lumpy's a spray hitter, uses the whole field. Here's the windup and the pitch. Down to Malzone. He fires the first to Jackson, and that ends the inning. But the Kansas City Athletics score 3 to tie the game up, and we go to the top of the third. The Boston Red Sox 3, the Kansas City Athletics 3. Sip of coffee. Carl Yastrzemski to lead off the inning. He's 1 for 1 today with an RBI, hitting .289. Foyles flashes a sign. Larson delivers. Strike 1, so he jumps out in front of Yaz. Here's the windup and the pitch. Yastrzemski, a little pop-up to the third baseman. No, the catcher, Foyles, will make the play, out number 1 on the pop-up. Now batting, Ron H. Jackson. He walked his first time up. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that ball's hit to center field. Serve coming in. Tuttle coming in, and he makes a running catch. 2 away. Nice catch by Tuttle. So with 2 out, Jim Busby steps in the right-hander batter's box. Looks down at the third base coach. Why, I don't know. Larson's ready to pitch. Ball 1. Maybe they were giving the take sign. Again, Larson's ready to deal. Ball 2. I do believe they were giving him the take sign now. Busby looks down at the third base coach once again. Larson readies himself and pours in a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Busby looks down at the third base coach. Here's the windup and the pitch. Ball 3. 3-1. Hitters count for Busby. Here's the windup and the pitch. And Busby flares it out to center. Tuttle comes running in and makes the catch for out number 3. So we go to the bottom of the third. Boston 3. Kansas City Athletics coming up. And they're also at 3. 3-3. So Bill Tuttle will lead off the inning. He made 2 fine running catches in the top of the third. Tuttle currently hitting .300. Sadowski flashes the signs. Wilson asks him to go through them again. Now he nods his head. Here's the windup and the pitch. Oh, that's gone! That ball is gone! Wow, Tuttle crushed that pitch to deep left. The Athletics lead the Red Sox 4-3. Whatever sign Sadowski flashed, he should take it back. As Sadowski crosses the plate. 4-3, Kansas City Athletics. Wow, that ball is gone. Bob Cerf steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1 today. You got to be careful with Cerf. He's a good power hitter, hitting .326. He only has 1 homer, though, but he's due to break out. And the Red Sox don't want him to break out this series. Red Sox infield will shift left. Here's the windup and the pitch. Pumpsy Green makes the play. He throws to first. But Cerf beats it out. That will be an infield hit. As Green went into the hole. Couldn't get enough on the throw. And Cerf beats it out. Dick Williams comes to the plate with Cerf at first. No outs. Serve not a threat to run. Williams is a pull hitter. Right-handed pull hitter. Red Sox shift left, looking to get 2 for 1. Here's the windup and the pitch. That ball's popped up. Malzone has it. 1 away. That serve retreats back to first. Whitey Herzog steps to the plate. Pull hitting left-hander. Red Sox shift right. Herzog likes to hit early in the count. Here's the windup and the pitch. Hit to Pumpsy Green. He takes it to the bag himself. And now the computer is going to do this really bizarre thing. And he's safe. So they didn't turn 2. The computer had a little fun here. So there's 2 away. Nice play by Pumpsy Green as they were shifting right. He fielded the ball, stepped on the bag, couldn't turn 2. So there's 2 away with Whitey Herzog at first. Marv Throneberry, the power-hitting first baseman, comes up. Once again, he's a lefty pull power hitter. Red Sox infield will shift right. Here's the windup and the pitch. That ball is hit out towards the gap. Busby on his horse. He makes the catch. Great running catch by Busby. Out number 3. But the Kansas City Athletics on the home run take the lead on the Tuttle home run. We go to the top of the 4th. Boston Red Sox 3, Kansas City Athletics 4. Let me just make sure that it was Tuttle who hit the home run. And it was. Excellent. All right, back to the game. Ed Sadowski's up. 0 for 1 today. Here's the windup and the pitch. Strike 1. Larson jumps out in front of Sadowski. Gets the sign. Larson fires. Sadowski swings to Hauser, to Throneberry, 1 away. 6-3. Earl Wilson, the pitcher, steps to the mound. He's 0 for 1. Let's see if he can help out his own cause. Foyles flashes the sign. Here's the pitch. Wilson to Lumpy, to Throneberry, 2 away. Hit the ball hard, but he hit it right at Lumpy. So with 2 outs, Pumpsy Green steps to the plate. He's 1 for 2, currently hitting .294. And he's hitting .750 off Larson. Again, Pumpsy Green likes to hit early in the count. Larson gives up a lot of pitches to hit early in the count. Foyles flashes the sign. Larson sets the pitch, and he walks him on the 3-1 count. Larson walks Green. That's the second walk for Don Larson today. So the tying runs at first. Pete Reynolds comes to the plate. He's 2 for 2. Last time he was up, the Red Sox successfully executed a hit and run. Reynolds also likes to hit early in the count, as Larson is successful. Here's the windup and the pitch. Reynolds lines it, but Lumpy makes a diving catch to end the inning. That robbed Reynolds of a hit. Great defensive play by Lumpy. Larson should buy him a beer. We go to the bottom of the 4th. With the Kansas City Athletics leading the Boston Red Sox 4-3. Foyles steps to the plate. Here's the windup and the pitch by Wilson. And he strikes him out on the 0-2 count, swinging. That's Wilson's first strikeout. He also has 2 walks on the day. Don Larson, the pitcher, comes to the plate. He has a single, and he knocked in a run. Here's the windup and the pitch from Wilson. Grounded to Malzone. Malzone fires over to Jackson. 2 away. 5-3 for out number 2. Dick Hauser comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1, but has an RBI on his flyout. Hauser currently hitting .336. He's a pull hitter. Very good eye. Red Sox infield shifts left. Wilson gets the sign. He delivers. And that ball's ripped to deep center. Busby's on his horse, running. He makes a great running grab to end the inning. Another fantastic web gem for Jim Busby. So after 4, the Red Sox 3, the Kansas City Athletics 4. We go to the top of the 5th, leading it off, Ted Williams. Can he tie it with one swing of the bat? He's hitting .500 off Larson. Larson walked Williams the last time, and Williams singled his first time up, so he's 1 for 1. Larson gets the sign from Foyles. Here's the pitch. Williams swings. That ball's driven deep to the gap. That ball is gone as it carries out. Teddy Ballgame has tied it up 4-4. What a shot, as Ted Williams is officially out of his slump now. Wow. 422 feet. Boom! Teddy Ballgame ties it up at 4-4. Frank Malzone steps to the plate. Can the Sox go back-to-back jack? Larson looks a little troubled. Here's the pitch. Malzone sends a ball out to deep left, but Serve is there and he makes the catch for out number 1. Malzone just got a little under that one. Yastrzemski comes to the plate. With 1 out, no one on. Game tied 4-4 thanks to Ted Williams. Here's the windup and the pitch to Yaz. Strike 1. Jumps out in front of Yastrzemski. Yastrzemski's 1 for 2 today, hitting .286. Yastrzemski likes to hit behind in the count. It's not very favorable for Larson either. Larson gets the sign. He sets. He delivers. Yaz, a little pop-up to second base, and Lumpy has it for out number 2. Ron H. Jackson steps to the plate. The right-hander is currently hitting .292, 0 for 1 today. He does have an RBI, though. Foyles flashes a sign. Jackson steps out of the batter's box. Asks for time. He gets it. Steps back in the batter's box. Here's the windup and the pitch. Strike 1. Larson jumps out in front of Jackson. Jackson does like to hit behind in the count. And again, that doesn't favor Larson. Signs are flashed. Larson nods his head. Here we go. Oh, that ball is driven deep to left center, and it's gone! The second home run of the inning for the Boston Red Sox. And it's now 5-4 on the Ron H. Jackson home run. What a bomb. 413 to left center. As Jackson crosses the plate with a go-ahead run. Home run, Ron H. Jackson. Boom! As Larson is now officially shell-shocked. So with 2 outs, Jim Busby comes to the plate, and he's had a couple of web gems out in center. Can he keep this going with 2 outs? Here's the windup and the pitch from Larson. Strike 1. Busby also likes to hit behind in the count. He's hitting .253 with 6 RBIs. Larson nods, delivers. Hit to Lumpy, throws it over to Throneberry, and that ends the inning. But the Red Sox go deep twice. Williams to tie it. Jackson for the go-ahead. And we go to the bottom of the 5th with the Boston Red Sox leading 5-4. So Earl Wilson is now ahead in the game once again. Stepping to the plate is Jerry Lumpy. He's 0 for 2 today, hitting .265. He likes to hit early in the count. He uses the whole ball field. Here's the windup and the pitch from Wilson. Ball goes down to Malzone. He fires over to Jackson. 1 away. Bill Tuttle steps to the plate. He had the go-ahead homer. which he'd like to duplicate to tie up the ball game right now. He's hitting 400 off Earl Wilson, the Duke. Here's the windup and the pitch. Grounded to Pumpsy Green. Over to Jackson, 2 away. Green makes a nice play, moving to his left. And fired over to Jackson for the out. If you're scoring at home, 6-3. 2 away. Bob serve. The left fielder steps to the plate. Currently hitting .340. He does have very good power, but he only has 1 home run this year. Hopefully he doesn't break out today. He's hitting .500 off Wilson. He's a pull hitter. The Red Sox infield shifts left. Here's the windup and the pitch. And he strikes him out to end the inning on the 2-2 count. That's Wilson's second strikeout. Great job in the inning for Earl the Duke Wilson. So after 5, the Boston Red Sox lead the Kansas City Athletics 5-4. Leading off the top of the 5th, Ed Sadowski. He's 0 for 2 today. Larson has jumped out in front of him both times. Sadowski's only hitting .177. Let's see if he'll be swinging away. Larson gets a sign. Here's the pitch. Sadowski swings away. Line shot up the middle. Great grab by Dick Hauser. And that's a Webb gem. 1 away. Rob Sadowski of a hit. Nice, great play by Hauser. Earl Wilson steps to the plate. 0 for 2. Larson gets the sign. He sets. He delivers. Wilson sends that ball to center field. Tuttle camps under it, and that's out number 2. Pumps. As OBS has disconnected and reconnected successfully, so pardon the interruption. Let's make sure we're back up and running. It looks like we're back up and running. Alright, sorry about that. A little technical difficulties, but we're back up and running. So there's 2 outs. Pumpsy Green's at the plate. Red Sox leading 5-4. Larson gets a sign. Here's the pitch. Green swings. That's going to be an infield hit. The third baseman, Williams, made a nice play, but could not throw out Pumpsy Green. He has an infield hit. So with 2 outs, the inning stays alive. Great hustle by Pumpsy Green. Pete Reynolds steps to the plate. 2 for 3, hitting .292, as the Red Sox bats have come alive today. Reynolds likes to hit early in the count. Larson does not favor Don Larson. As you can see, he gives up a lot of hits early in the count. Red Sox going hit and run. Ball hit down to first. Throneberry makes the play and steps on the bag himself, ending the inning. So we're going to go to the bottom of the 6th with the Boston Red Sox 5. Kansas City Athletics coming up at 4. Dick Williams to lead off. He's 1 for 2 today. Currently hitting .235. Red Sox shift left on the pull hitter in the infield. Outfield straight away. Here's the windup and the pitch from Wilson. That ball's hit out to left. Ted Williams on his horse, and he makes the catch. Nice running catch by Teddy Ballgame. 1 away. Wilson's at 78 pitches. Whitey Herzog steps to the plate. Left-handed hitter. He's a pull hitter. Red Sox infield shifts right. Outfield straight away. Herzog likes to hit early in the count. Here's the windup and the pitch from Wilson. Oh, he walked him on the 3-2 count. That's the third base on balls. Yes, the third base on balls for Earl Wilson. Herzog is not a threat to steal. Does set up a double play possibility. Marv Throneberry steps to the plate, the power-hitting first baseman. 7 homers, 28 RBIs, hitting .295. He's 1 for 2 today with an RBI. Red Sox infield moves to double play depth. Wilson gets a sign from Sadowski. Here's the pitch. And he walked him on a 3-2 count. So 2 back-to-back walks, both on 3-2 counts. as both batters worked the counts to perfection and walked. Wilson's up to 90 pitches now, but he has a stamina of 18, so I think we're good here. Hank Foils, the catcher, strides to the plate. Right-handed batter. Currently hitting 198. He's only hitting 103 with runners in scoring position. It's a great opportunity to get out of this inning for Earl Wilson and the Boston Red Sox, as they have two slow-footed runners on, Herzog and Throneberry, and Foils isn't that fast. Red Sox move to double play depth. The Foils does try to hit early in the count. Here's the windup and the pitch. Ball grounded to Malzone, and he goes to first with it as the runners advance. So there's going to be 2 outs as Malzone went to Jackson. Herzog and Throneberry advance. Herzog at third, Throneberry at second, 2 away. Hank Bauer will pinch hit for Don Larson. Hank Bauer is currently hitting .375 with 1 RBI, so I'm assuming by seeing that he has not faced Wilson this year. He's hitting .364 off right-handers, and he likes to hit early in the count. I'm assuming that most of Hank Bauer's at-bats, as he's 6 for 16, have probably come in the pinch-hitting mode. Tying runs at third, 2 outs. Wilson gets the sign. He delivers. That ball is lifted into center field. Busby's there, and he has it! Out number 3, so Wilson pitches out of the jam. We go to the top of the 7th with the Boston Red Sox 5, Kansas City Athletics 4. And leading off the inning, the hero of last inning, Ted Williams, who hit the game-tying homer. Now pitching for the Kansas City Athletics, Leo Kiley. He's 1-0 with an ERA of .75. It's a good ERA. Kiley gets the sign. He sets, he delivers. Williams sends that ball out in the right. Herzog comes running in, and he makes a running catch. Nice running catch by Whitey Herzog, out number 1. Now up Frank Malzone. He's hitting 1,000 off Kiley. He's 1 for 1. Leo rubs up the baseball, steps back to the mound, gets a sign, sets, deliver. Malzone sends that ball out in the center. Serve, makes a running catch, out number 2. Tuttle, the center fielder. I keep getting the left fielder and the center fielder mixed up. That was Tuttle. Nice running catch to Tuttle as day turns the night here in Kansas City. So with 2 outs, no one on, Carl Yastrzemski strides to the plate. Leo gets the sign. Here's the pitch. Strike 1. Yastrzemski didn't like that call. He kind of glares back at the umpire. Be careful, Captain Carl. You don't want to piss off the umps too much. Foils flashes a sign. Keeley ready. Delivers. And he strikes out Yastrzemski to end the inning. So 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 7th. The Boston Red Sox 5, Kansas City Athletics 4. Dick Hauser to lead off the bottom of the 7th. 0 for 2 with an RBI, currently hitting .333. Red Sox will shift left on the pull hitting Hauser. Outfield straight away. Wilson nods his head with approval. Here's the pitch. Grounded to Malzone. Oh, Malzone muffs the ball. Hauser will reach on a Frank Malzone error. Oh, boy. Tying run at first. Now as Malzone muffed the ball. Hauser's a threat to steal. Lumpy comes to the plate. Red Sox move to double play depth. Wilson fires over to first. Hauser back. Wilson fires over to first again. They're trying to keep Hauser close. Here's the windup and the delivery to Lumpy. And that ball's ripped down the right field line. Yastrzemski chases in the corner. Hauser is digging hard, and he'll go to third on the double. So Lumpy doubles. Hauser goes to third as Yastrzemski dug the ball out in the corner and fires it back in. So no outs. Tying run in Hauser at third. Go-ahead run in Lumpy at second. And Bill Tuttle, who's hitting .303 and homered already, comes to the plate. Wilson's at 106 pitches. Tuttle is only hitting .063 with runners in scoring position. Red Sox are going to get someone up in their bullpen. Jerry Casale gets up. And it's going to be Casale. So Jerry Casale, right-handed pitcher, is up in the bullpen for the Red Sox. Sadowski and the pitching coach visit the mound. Wilson says he's perfectly fine. Let me pitch. Alrighty. So Tuttle is up. He doesn't hit well with runners in scoring position. Red Sox are going to play the infield in, taking a risk. But when you're 13 and 20, you really kind of want to win the ball game. All right. Here's the windup and the pitch. That ball's out to left. Williams comes in. He makes the catch. He fires home. And the runner at third will hold. Hauser holds. Nice play by Teddy Williams out there. Not known for his defense, especially at this age, but he makes all the plays he's supposed to. Though his arm is below average here. I mean, you're looking at a 7 for an arm. That's not that good. So Bob Cerf steps to the plate, the left fielder. And he's a home run threat, though he only has one homer on the year. And once again, we don't want to see him break out in this game. So one away. Red Sox lead 5-4. Infield moves in. Here's the windup and the pitch. Ball to Pumpsy Green. He goes over to Jackson. 2 away. The Red Sox infield can go back to normal. Very good pitching here by Earl Wilson, as he had second and third, no outs. And now he gets 2 outs. He's one more out, though, to get out of this jam. Dick Williams comes to the plate. Williams is hitting .318 with runners in scoring position. He's 1 for 3 today. Red Sox infield will shift left on the right-handed pull hitter. Outfield straight away. Wilson gets the sign. Delivers. Ball hit down to Jackson. He makes a fine play. Flips it to Wilson covering first. And the Red Sox are out of the jam. Fine pitching by the Duke, Earl Wilson, to get out of that jam. And we go to the top of the 8th with our beloved Boston Red Sox leading the Kansas City Athletics 5-4. Let's check our bullpen, as the bullpen, he is ready. Jerry Casale is ready. So we're going to sit him down so he doesn't tire out, because he can tire out in this game. It's very realistic. Leading off the inning is Ron Jackson, who made a fine play at first base to end the inning. As he went into the hole, fielded the ball, and made a perfect flip to Earl Wilson covering at first. And the Red Sox got out of a second and third no-out jam. He's homered today. His homer was the go-ahead run. Keeley gets the sign. He delivers. Ball 1. Jackson likes to hit ahead in the count, as well as behind in the count. Does not really favor Keeley right now. Here's the windup and the pitch. Jackson down to third, over to first. So that goes 5-3, one away. Goes Williams to Throneberry. Jim Busby, who's played a stellar center field today, is 0 for 3, but his defense has been magnificent. Keeley with the pitch. Busby swings, drags that ball deep to the gap. On his horse is Tuttle, and Tuttle makes the catch. 2 away, and Al, Red Sox fan, actually got the center fielder's name correct. Yay! So 2 outs. Busby gave it a ride, but Tuttle made a hell of a running catch. So Ed Sadowski comes to the plate as the Red Sox will get Casale up again, because I believe he will be coming into the ball game for Earl Wilson, who's thrown 113 pitches so far and has pitched out of a couple of jams. But we will see. So Sadowski's 0 for 3. He's the better defensive catcher. Should we pinch hit for him? Let's see what we have on the bench here. We have Pagliaroni. It's decent power. You have Don Giles, who has pretty good power and currently is hitting .429. You know what? In real life, Don Giles did not have a good career as a major leaguer. But right now, in our game, he's pretty hot. And I don't think it's going to last much longer. So, I think what we're going to do is have Giles, though he's not a good defensive catcher. I don't want to use both catchers. I am up 1. I should keep the defensive catcher in. We're going to let Sadowski hit. Alright, we're going to let Sadowski hit. Keeley gets the sign. He delivers. Sadowski sends that ball to deep center field, over Tuttle's head. Sadowski will have himself a double. Stand-up double for Ed Sadowski. And I guess we made the right decision to let Sadowski hit as he jumped on the 2-ball, 1-strike pitch and drilled it to deep center off the wall. Tuttle couldn't track that one down. So, man at second, 2 outs. And now we're going to pinch hit for Earl Wilson. So, we're going to pinch hit for Earl Wilson with Keeley's a lefty. Vic Wertz actually hits lefties. He's in a slump, but he actually, as you see here, he hits, in this game, .346 off lefties. And he has a homer and 6 RBIs. I know that's strange, but he's a lefty. He's in a slump. You know what? Let's try to catch magic with Vic Wertz, I think. Well, let's see first. We also have... What's Don Demeter hit against lefties for the Red Sox? 182 against when he was with the Dodgers. I picked up Demeter in a trade. I made a couple of minor trades. My team is altered slightly. Demeter does come to the Red Sox at a later date. I also picked up Billy Williams from the Cubs, who wanted pitching. I gave him a starting veteran pitcher, and I got Billy Williams in the minors. So I did make 2 minor trades, and I have picked up some players off waivers, and I did bring up a ton of young players, especially pitching. All right. You know what? We're going to go with Vic Wertz. We're going to go with Vic Wertz to pinch hit for Wilson. And hopefully he can get a hold of one here. And, the Athletics match our switch as they go to a right-handed pitcher, Johnny Cucks. Be careful saying that name. Cucks with a K. Oh, so and Wertz does not hit righties at all. And so what we're going to do, so they countered our counter. We might counter their counter. We might call him back. We might waste him. With Don Demeter. You know what? We rolled the dice with Sadowski and it worked with a double. We're not going to piss off Wertz. We're going to let him swing away. Let's see if he can break out of this slump. He has a fairly good eye. He has good power against a right-handed hitter. Here's the windup and the pitch from Cox. Strike one. So Cox jumps out in front of Wirtz. Wirtz steps out of the batter's box, rubs up his hands. Steps back in the batter's box. Foils flashes a sign. Johnny Cox delivers. Wirtz swings. That's a little blooper in the center. Oh, nice catch by Tuttle. A nice running catch ends the inning. As the Red Sox were hoping that was going to drop in front of Tuttle, but to no avail. Wirtz flies out on the nice running catch by Tuttle. Red Sox strand Sadowski at second. 2-out doubles wasted. We go to the bottom of the 8th, and we're going to have a pitching change. As Jerry Casale will come in and pitch. We'll have him. He'll stay in the 9th place. He will pitch. And let's just check out Jerry here. He's a neutral pitcher. Jerry's angry because we're losing. I have traded away a few angry players also. Younger players have a better attitude. So, we're going to return to the game. Alright. If we were up by 2 or 3 runs, I might think about replacing Williams defensively, but he's coming up 3rd in the inning. So, alrighty. Whitey Herzog to lead off, the left-handed pull hitter. Currently batting .327, 0 for 1 today. He likes to hit early in the count. Red Sox infield shifts right. Outfield straight away. Here's the windup and the pitch to Herzog. And that ball is set in the center field. Busby on his horse. He makes a fine running catch for out number 1. Busby flashing gold glove leather out in center field today. Marv Throneberry steps to the plate. Left-handed pull hitter. Has very good power. 7 homers. 28 RBIs. 295. In the late innings, he's hitting .216 though. So he seems to tense up in the late innings, but he can tie this game with one swing of the bat. Red Sox infield will shift right on this lefty pull hitter. Sadowski flashes a sign. Casale ready. He deals. And he strikes out Throneberry for out number 2. Great job by Jerry. So with 2 away, Hank Foils, a catcher, steps to the plate, hitting .196. His hits usually come early in the count. He's a right-handed hitter. He hits normal. The Red Sox are in normal infield. The outfield straight away normal. Sadowski flashes a sign. Casale nods his head. He delivers. And he strikes him out! Inning over. 2 strikeouts for Casale. We go to the top of the 9th. The Red Sox lead 5-4. It's been a thriller here in Kansas City. So Johnny Kucks, Kucks, is still on the mound. Pumpsy Green will lead off the inning. Foils with the sign. Here's the pitch. Green hits the ball to Hauser, who goes over to Throneberry, out number 1, 6-3 for the first out at the top of the 9th. I'd like to get a runner on in front of Ted Williams here. Pete Reynolds comes to the plate. Kucks gets the signal. He sets. He delivers. Reynolds is ready. Reynolds hits it down to Williams, who fires over to Throneberry, out number 2. So with 2 outs, Ted Williams strides to the plate. He's 2 for 3 today with a homer and an RBI. He had the tying homer in the 5th, and Jackson had the go-ahead homer a few batters later in the 5th. And that's how the Red Sox have a 5-4 lead here, but there are 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Red Sox would like to tack another one on, and Ted Williams would sure love to drive another one out of the ballpark. Here's the windup and the pitch. Williams hits the ball, and that's going to be in for a base hit as Tuttle retrieves it and fires it back into the infield. So Williams is now 3 for 4. And we're going to take Williams out for a pinch runner because we're going to replace him defensively. Let's go to substitutions. And we're going to replace him with Gene Stevens. Stevens has much better speed, field range. His arm's similar 7 as to Williams, but he's a better defensive outfielder, better range, chance of error less likely. Hopefully I didn't jinx him. So we're going to put in Gene Stevens to pinch run and stay into left for Ted Williams. Yes. And he will stay in left. All right. So Stevens in to run for Williams after he gets a 2-out single. Frank Malzone comes to the plate. Cucks with the windup and the pitch. Malzone bloops that ball out to the third baseman Williams, who makes the catch and ends the inning. So we're going to go to the bottom of the 9th with the Red Sox and their slim lead, 5-4, hoping for victory, and Jerry Casale bring it home. Okay, and I think we're going to also take Pumpsy Green out of the game and bring in Joe Morgan to play short. Joe Morgan, who went on to manage the Boston Red Sox, 1988, Morgan Magic. So let's go shortstops. And as you'll see, Joe Morgan as a shortstop is a 12. And that's pretty good. So Morgan replaced Pumpsy Green defensively. As you can see, our infield's Frank Malzone 12, Morgan 12, Pete Reynolds 13, Jackson 16. Our outfield's now Gene Stevens a 12, 7 arm, Busby's an 18, 8 arm, Yastrzemski's a 9 with an 11 arm. Ed Sadowski has a 13 of an arm as a catcher, but you can see, and I'll show you quickly, his catching ability is 19, which means he handles the pitching staff quite well. And he can actually also play center field, which for a slow-footed catcher is pretty incredible. And he's not that bad of a 10. So, all right, Red Sox are 3 outs away from getting a much-needed victory and trying to get closer to 500. Russ Snyder will pinch hit for Cucks. He's currently hitting .239. He's a lefty. He hits normal. But we're going to play our infield to guard the lines against extra base hits. That's what we're going to do. Casale gets the sign from Sadowski. He delivers. And that ball is... What is that ball? Is that it? What is that? That's a single. Infield hit. Wow. I thought it was a home run at first because it did some wacky video stuff. All right. So Snyder beats out the infield hit as Malzone fielded the ball deep in the hole, but Snyder beats it out. Every once in a while, the game will do something weird like that, and I thought that was a game-tying home run. I almost spit my coffee out. Snyder is a threat to run. Hauser, the leadoff batter, comes to the plate. He's 0 for 3 today, hitting .331. Late in the game, he's a very clutch hitter, though, .341 average, but he's only hitting .235 with runners at first, but he's .302 off right-handers. So, Hauser is a pull hitter. Red Sox infield will shift left. Outfield will play straight away. They're going to hold Snyder on. Casale to throw over. Snyder gets back. They're holding Snyder. Here's the windup and the pitch. Down to Morgan. That's going to be 2! Double play. Morgan to Reynolds to Jackson. What a wonderful 6-4 to 3 double play. 2 for 1, 2 outs. Tying run is erased off the boards. Great double play started by Joe Morgan on the hot shot to short. Red Sox 1 out away from victory here in Kansas City. Jerry Lumpy comes to the plate, 1 for 4. His last at bat, he doubled down the line. He's currently hitting .268, likes to hit early in the count, and is also, his average actually is higher in innings 7 to 9, as he also likes to hit later in the game. Red Sox will once again guard the lines to try to guard against extra base hit in the infield. Outfield playing straight away. Lumpy's a left-handed hitter, but he uses the whole field. Here's the windup and the pitch by Casale. That ball's up the middle, diving catch by Reynolds. Game is over. What a play by Pete Reynolds. The Red Sox snap their losing streak, and they win this game 5-4. Casale with a save. 2 scoreless innings for Jerry. Great job by Jerry Casale and the Boston Red Sox. What a web gem by Pete Reynolds. Let's check out the box scores quickly, as the Red Sox go to 14-20 and the Kansas City Athletics drop to 13-23. Red Sox had 5 runs. Kansas City had 4 runs. Red Sox had 11 hits with 1 error. Kansas City had 8 hits and no errors. Let's just look quickly. Player of the game, Ted Williams, as he broke out of that miserable slump. Williams, Ted, 3 for 4. He scored 2 runs. He homered. That was his 22nd. That was his 9th homer and his 22nd RBI. Also, Pumpsy Green with 2 hits. Reynolds with 2 hits and that great diving catch to end the ball game. Williams 3 hits. Then you had Malzone with a hit and an RBI. Yastrzemski with a hit and an RBI. Jackson with a hit, but he had 2 RBIs and he scored a run. So, great job by the Boston Red Sox eking out a win there. Well-deserved win for the hometown team. Let's quickly go Kansas City Athletics. Tuttle, 2 hits and a homer and an RBI, scored a run. He was probably their offensive star of the game, and he played very good center field. So, Earl Wilson with the win. He went 7 innings. He gave up 4 earned runs. He walked 4, struck out 2. He gets his second win. He's now 2-1. His ERA is 3.86. Earl Williams was one of the young pitchers I brought up, and to be honest with you, he deserves a better record than 2-1. Jerry Casale was normally a starting pitcher, but my bullpen was horrible, so I moved him to, he's the pseudo closer, and that's his 3rd save, and his ERA drops to 1.88 as he pitched 2 scoreless innings. Don Larson takes the loss for the Kansas City Athletics. He's 0-2, and his ERA jumps up to 6.91. So once again, the game took 2 hours and 38 minutes in retro gameplay time, an attendance of 6,760. So the Red Sox are victorious here in Kansas City. They defeat the Athletics 5-4. This is Al, Red Sox fan, saying thank you for watching. Come back. Take care. God bless. And if you like, share, subscribe, do all those great things. But most of all, come back. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.